What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Welcome to the RNEWS Morning Show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics, US spies say the Hunter Biden email controversy shows how exploitable and grotesquely vulnerable Trump and Giuliani are to Russian intelligence. Trump is desperate to win the election. If you offered him a button to push that would guarantee his re-election at the expense of 100 million American lives, he would hit it faster than he would Ivanka. He would probably push it 4 times just to make sure it worked. Are you referring to the button or Ivanka? Yes. So you mean to tell me Hunter Biden dropped off his laptop with a Beau Biden Foundation sticker containing sensitive emails to a podunk repair shop? Hunter promptly forgets about the laptop with sensitive and incriminating emails. Did he get a new laptop? Shop owner decides to peruse Hunter's likely thousands of emails and finds a smoking gun email, basically saying Burisma is using his family relationship to buy influence. Shop owner then turns over the information to the FBI and Rudy Giuliani. If you believe these things happened, you deserve Trump. Don't forget that the repair shop is across the country from where Hunter lives, and the shop owner that read all the emails is blind. Edit. Added link. How conservative or the bots in that sub are just eating this crap up. How often do they need to be fooled before they realize most of it just isn't true? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Noam Chomsky, if you don't push the lever for the Democrats, you're assisting Trump. And that's come from a man who has very little love for Democrats. Which is why he phrased it the way he did. It's not exactly an endorsement of Democrats as much as a rebuke of insert snide Trump nickname here. My favorite is Trump nickname is Mango Mussolini. I voted for Bernie in the primaries and am voting for Biden in the general election. I actually live in a deep blue state, so my brothers say it's a waste of time to vote for Biden. But I'm ignoring them because I still feel my vote matters because it gives Biden a bigger victory and shows a stronger rejection of Trump. No matter what state you live in, please vote. People like your brothers are how we got Trump in the first place. Absolutely. We need big numbers on election night. Even though I am not an American, I very badly want to read the headline in November saying, "The tides have turned blue across and they are remarkably high." What everybody seems to have forgotten when they were trotting out copies of manufactured consent is that Noam Chomsky is also a pretty big fan of not letting the whole human race die. Yeah, he's a progressive. He's also a pragmatist. Sorry folks. Chomsky wants you to vote for Biden in 2020, just like he wanted you to vote for Clinton in 2016. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, actor John Leguizamo compares Latino support for Trump to roaches for raid. My gay sister-in-law was all Republican until they pulled Amy Barrett, who will probably abolish gay marriage. Now she is outraged. LMFAO, classic Republican. I didn't see this coming. I was fine with it until it personally affected me in a negative manner. This is the Republican motto. Plus, my dislike for Obama has nothing to do with him being colored. Quote, "You left out the part where you can see them work to not drop the N-bomb. Like you can see there is a little more tension at the corner of their eyes and they have the slightest amount of relief when they successfully say colored. One time a relative dropped the N-bomb in my house, and my dad had none of it, and threw them out. Now, this confused young me, because sometimes my dad would drop the N-word, usually during a football game and someone screwed up, like the receiver dropping the ball in the end zone and my dad losing a wager. Because gambling make the game fun. So we had this conversation, me. Why don't you allow other people to say the N-word? You say it, Dad. Well, I say it when someone does something wrong, me. How do other black people know that? Dad. Quote. I never heard him say it again. That was in 1970. As an Asian American whose family is full of huge Trump supporters, agree with this lol. Amazes me how there are Asian supporters of Trump when he's been whipping up anti-Asian hate with the JYNA virus. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Trump tries to blame Fauci for his decision to not wear a mask. I don't take responsibility for anything, but I take credit for everything. Everything Obama did was terrible. Also, I take credit for everything Obama did. I will protect pre-existing conditions which are currently protected under Obamacare when I abolish Obamacare and enact my replacement healthcare plan, which I have not been able to create in 4 years of holding office. Donald Trump, honestly. Pence tried to take credit for saving the auto industry here in Michigan yesterday. GTFO, Pence had nothing to do with it, and the Republicans screamed about the auto industry bailout. That not only saved the domestic auto industry, but netted taxpayer profits when the loans were repaid. This is like Trump claiming credit for the state shutdowns in March, April, but he vocally challenged and attacked governors for imposing. Actually, Pence voted and lobbied against the auto bailout, and Michigan went to Trump in 2016. Americans tend to be a dumb lot. Pence tried to take credit for saving the auto industry here in Michigan yesterday. How'd it go over? I imagine nearly half of the people in the state believed him. Let's set them straight. Michigan, Pence lies like Trump, and Pence lobbied and voted against the auto bailout. Those people aren't on this subreddit, and they definitely didn't make it this deep into this thread. They can't hear you disappointed. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news, US reports highest number of new coronavirus case since late July as total climbs above 8 million. Turns out that pandemics don't end just because you get bored of them. I live in an area that was recently hit by a hurricane. We were pretty trash about our COVID precautions before the hurricane, but as things return to normal, it's like all of that is out the window because we had a disaster interrupt it. There's still a pandemic, folks. The school district where I teach in South Louisiana is about to give up on the hybrid schedule, where student attendance is split between A and B days, and have students return to full face-to-face, 5-day-a-week learning. We haven't had any COVID cases at my school, but I expect that to change soon. Lots of people got bored back in May. Now they're mad about their holidays potentially being cancelled. If you fricks would have listened in January, we could have been past this by now. But no, I'm immunocompromised and have left the house 5 times this year, all for doctor, dental appointments. And I rode in the car to the grocery store but can't go inside. I don't want to spend another year housebound. I've been doing everything that's mandated, but I and all other immunosuppressed people need other people to give a crap. But they don't, because we're acceptable losses. I'm 30 years old, for God's sake. Do I deserve to die because my liver crapped out as a teen and I needed a transplant 11 years ago? According to some GOP types, you're an acceptable loss because the economy. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news, rapper who boasted on YouTube about getting rich from unemployment fraud gets arrested for unemployment fraud. You gotta sell cocaine, I just file a claim that goes hard. Even disregarding the whole YouTube thing, cocaine sellers don't produce a paper trail that leads directly to them. He did. The dumbest crimes a person can commit are the ones that produce paper trails. Not only did you do that, they got your butt on camera. This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD crap ever. This is 4K. How did they get your butt on 4K? Quote. Rap snitches, telling all their business, sit in the court and be their own star witness. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right, here, frick around. Get the whole label sent up for years, MF Doom. Phew, I thought they got TJX6. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.